Hello, my name is Cihangir Tezcan, and I'm in charge of Cyber Defense and Security Laboratory at Informatics Institute. At this 25th anniversary of our institute, I'd like to briefly introduce our laboratory in this talk. So I will briefly mention our history and what we have done so far and what we are doing for raising awareness. Then I will briefly mention our research highlights, and our research topics include cryptanalysis, password cracking, smart card security, GSM security, parallel computing, anomaly detection, Internet of Things and lightweight cryptography, blockchain and cryptocurrency technologies. So our laboratory is called CIDES in short, and it was founded in 2014 by the Informatics Institute with the invaluable support of our industrial sponsor, Komodo Group. This is a thematic research laboratory, and it is recognized by NATO. So in order not to leak information, it is a common practice in cybersecurity to not to share a picture of the lab or the place. So this is why I'm not sharing the picture or not giving the exact details of our hardware. But we have a different room which consists of 17 PCs for trainings and capture the flag events. And in our main laboratory, we had a lot of devices for different purposes, but I can say that we have a huge computational power. So with NATO, we had some meetings before, and we also provided international advanced cyber defense training program for many countries, and also a similar training program is available for Turkish institutions. And in the past, we also collaborated with Komodo a lot, but we are also open to collaborate with any other institutes or companies. In order to raise awareness, we had many events like Hackmetu, or we held symposiums and trainings. We had a Pink Hat Hacker project to encourage women in to work in the area of cybersecurity. We published many white papers, chronicles, academic papers, but more importantly, we make our source codes publicly available on GitHub. We provide free Udemy courses in Turkish, and currently more than 8,000 students are registered for them. And we also publish a lot of YouTube videos, and currently in total we published more than 60 hours of material. So in our research, one of the main areas we work is cryptanalysis. So far we provided the best known cryptanalytic attacks on the ciphers listed here. We also provided best brute force attacks to see which key length is secure in the area of cryptography. For GSM communication, we improved previous results and obtain better rainbow tables. So it is, we showed that it is very easy to listen to any 2G communication in real time. We also recently showed that it's practical to attack 80-bit security with a lot of GPUs, and there are many standards with 80-bit security, so we recently showed that it is not secure anymore. In another area, we achieved around 900 gigabits per second of AES encryption on a single GPU, which is very important for servers which is busy with encryption. We developed many automated tools for cryptanalysis techniques. We also developed many testing software for the area of randomness and entropy. For the smart card security, we provided an internal report on the security of our university ID cards and the readers. And we also reduced the time required for offline attacks on some smart cards that use MIFARE Classic chips. And we reduced the time from a few months to a few hours, again by using parallel computing power of GPUs. And another area we work is blockchain technology. For the cryptocurrency mining, we optimize many cryptographic algorithms for GPUs, which increases the computational power of many cryptocurrency miners. And this way, these cryptocurrencies became more resistant to 51% attacks. We had a NATO exploratory team. We worked in this team, and currently we are about to publish a book chapter about cryptographic foundations of the blockchain technology. And we transfer this knowledge from the laboratory to Department of Cybersecurity. So this way we are going to introduce a new course titled Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Technologies in the next semester. And finally, very recently, our project is accepted by NVIDIA with the title Optimization of Network Security and Cryptography Algorithms. And NVIDIA was kind enough to donate 2 data processing units, DPUs, for this project. And we are waiting these devices to work on this new project. And at this 25th anniversary of our institute, I would like to thank our past and present group members. Thank you for your attention.
METU's Special Audio Research Group was founded in 2013 to consolidate the audio signal processing research activities at the Graduate School of Informatics. It is the first and still the only research group in Turkey that is dedicated to audio and acoustical signal processing. The research group hosts the METU Spark Audio Lab, which is a purpose-built facility for audio and acoustics research. Between 2013 and 2021, there had been 1 doctoral and 10 master's graduates from the research group, and these students were from different departments from within the Graduate School of Informatics and not only Multimedia Informatics department. Currently, the membership of the research group includes 5 doctoral students and 10 master's students. The current research teams within the group include acoustic source separation and de-reverberation, an algorithm that we developed recently became a part of the MPI-K standard. We do work on object-based audio, on acoustics-informed robot navigation. We recently started working on 6 degrees of freedom immersive audio capture and rendering. We do work on room acoustics modeling and simulation, including artificial reverberators, specifically for games and virtual environments. We do work on microphone array design. We sometimes design and build our own microphone arrays for our research. And finally, we work on the cognitive aspects of spatial auditory perception. We do collaborate with researchers and research groups from around the world. We do collaborate with King's College London and the University of Surrey from the UK. We do work together with Stanford University, Karma. We started collaborating with Microphone Technologies in the Netherlands and Meso Studio in Turkey. With Microphone Technologies, we work on microphone array design, and with Meso Studio, we work on coupled volume room acoustics, simulation, and modeling of coupled volume acoustics. We also work with arts institutions and music schools. We do work with the School of Music of Başkent University in Ankara, and we also work with the Presidential Symphony Orchestra. Last but not least, we do contribute to standardization efforts within the recently founded Moving Pictures Audio and Data Coding with Artificial Intelligence, MPI, which is a standardization body. So this was about METU Spark. Hope you will enjoy the rest of the presentations for the anniversary talks. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Erdem, Erdem Akagündüz. I'm with the Department of Multimedia Informatics at the Graduate School of Informatics, METÜ. Our chairperson, Elif Sürer, has already provided information about our department, our research topics, and our fields of interests. And at this point, I'd like to give you some information about my students' interests and what our group is working on. So let me share some slides with you. So me and my students' research is mainly on deep learning applied to different interdisciplinary subjects, from control engineering to earthquake engineering. And we also focus on the embedded side of deep learning as well, how we can optimize embedded deep learning systems to embedded devices. I'm currently lecturing some courses around these subjects, so image processing or motion capture, and mainly about deep learning applied to sequence models and embedded systems. For this presentation, I'd like to give you some information about a specific government-funded project that we are currently working on. This is a project in partnership with Kadir Has University in Istanbul with Dr. Salih Tileyloğlu. It's a TÜBİTAK 1,000 pound project. It's about parameter estimation using earthquake accelerogram records and using deep learning. So the goal of the project is we have thousands of accelerogram records, and some of these accelerogram records are annotated by some experts regarding their earthquake parameters and their soil parameters. And we are using deep learning techniques to estimate important parameters of the earthquake, such as PS space moments or the average seismic shear weight velocity, which is an important parameter for soil, for civil engineers, by using deep learning techniques. So let me give you what we are currently doing in this project. Well, this is an earthquake. An earthquake occurs deep in the surface of the earth, and it just sends waves throughout the Earth's surface, and these waves travel, they change, and they are being recorded by accelerometers at earthquake stations, and you obtain accelerogram records. And these records are kept in some metadata formats, which you keep the station coordinate and the accelerogram records at some sampling rate as well. So what we do is, where do we get the data? Actually, the Ministry of Interior of Turkey has a presidency for this, the Disaster and Emergency Management Presidency. They have all this data publicly available. You can download it. We have downloaded hundreds of thousands of accelerogram records. And we are currently working on a deep learning model in which we feed the accelerogram, we first convert them to spectrograms, we feed them to a convolutional encoder, we estimate the parameters in the first phase of the experiment, and the second phase will be feeding sequences of these pieces, spectrograms, so that we'll be able to train a CNN plus RNN architecture to estimate a parameter of an earthquake. So this is mainly one of the important projects that we are working on. Our titles are similar to these, where we are trying to apply different deep learning techniques to different sensors and multimedia outputs. Thank you for listening. I hope we'll have some sort of collaboration with you in the future.
Welcome everyone, this is Elif Sürer, and today I'm going to introduce you Entertainment Computing and Interactive Systems Laboratory. So our research interests are mainly on virtual reality, augmented reality and mixed reality, and we are also working on video games, serious games and simulations. These are our graduate students who have graduated during these 4 years. And these are our current projects. We have several European Union level projects. We do have regional projects, TÜBİTAK projects as well, mainly working on the serious games and the CBRNE and also Down syndrome. We do have several external collaborators from University of Milan, Sassari, Roma Tor Vergata, Turin, and we are also involved in several consortia. So you're very much familiar with video games, but whenever I do say the serious games are the games that do have ulterior motives rather than only entertainment. So you can use them in education, healthcare, and also training. So these are examples from some of our projects. HoloArc project is a collaboration with the METI Department of Architecture. So we have built a virtual reality and mixed reality based building information based modeling tool. And these are some of the screenshots from our HoloArc project. We have also developed a mixed reality application in basic design, again with the design of architecture. We have collaborations with Bilkent University as well, and this was a VR project in basic design. And we had seen that actually after making a comparison with VR-based group and paper-based group, the results were quite promising. And we are also part of a European Union project, eNotice, European Network of CBRN Training Centers. eNotice is a framework of a European Union network. We do have a web-based information platform, and we do have several joint activities where we do travel and make training in different countries. And this is an example from a tabletop simulation from France. This is an exercise, a joint activity from Belgium. And this is the complex scenario of that example. And we had developed a scenario-based generator where we can develop easily mini games out of those scenarios. And these are like simple screenshots from those. And we had organized eNotice METU joint activity in 2020, just before the pandemic actually, and we had modeled an oversight mine in virtual reality and mixed reality. Thank you very much for listening to us.
We work at the Health Informatics and Bioinformatics labs on the Informatics Institute. Our projects are composed purely of computational biology. We try to solve biological problems using statistics, mathematics, and computational power.
Hello, I'm Alperen Tacıroğlu. I have a bachelor's degree in Bilkent University, Molecular Biology and Genetics Department. Then I did a master's degree in Bioinformatics, Informatics Institute. Currently, I'm continuing my studies as a PhD student in Medical Informatics at the Informatics Institute.
My research interests lie in evolutionary biology and computational biology, and the topic of our research is conservation analysis and variant effect prediction of giant muscle proteins that play important roles in muscle elasticity, stress response, and sarcomeric organization. These proteins are shown to be cause of multiple muscle diseases, and in particular cardiomyopathies when mutated. For this project, we are in collaboration with Adebali Lab from Sabancı University.
We use computational biology methods to analyze protein sequence data from multiple species to learn about how giant muscle proteins were evolved and what more conserved regions of these proteins are. Apart from our interest in determining how these proteins work, this information can also be used in conjunction with public variant databases and patient data obtained from university hospitals.
Hi, I'm Bendiru Yavuz. I'm graduated from Mathematics Department from Middle East Technical University. Currently, I'm a PhD student at the Medical Informatics Department here at Informatics Institute. In my PhD project, we aim to identify latent driver mutations by leveraging double mutations. For this study, we used mutation profiles of nearly 80,000 tumors from nearly 30 tissues. We find out that some double mutations are tissue-specific, or they also could be metastatic markers. Moreover, double mutations could be related to drug sensitivity or resistance due to the alterations in protein conformation. Finally, we evaluate our results on preclinical models like cell lines and patient-derived xenografts to discover clinical outcomes.
Hi, my name is Reçalen. I'm a research assistant at the Informatics Institute, Department of Medical Informatics. Usually, I'm the assistant of signal and image processing courses. Today, I'll introduce to you our neurosignals lab, EEG lab. Let's start. At the entrance, the laboratory starts with a Faraday cage, which provides sound and signal isolation while experimenting. We do our experiments here. And there is an EEG device over there. Participants sit at the table with the experiment on the screen. A camera is attached to the computer. The reason for having a camera is able to absorb the inside from the outside. Because we closed the cage completely during the experiment, we could not see the participants from the outside. As I just mentioned, this computer where we can see the participant with the help of the camera inside, we can check the condition of the participants from here. We conduct and control our experiments through these computers. One of our co-workers work there. This is a salt-containing gel that keeps the electrodes in contact with the skin. We put this gel in the syringe and squeeze into the electrodes. We wash all the electrodes with the shampoo before and after the experiment, wash them completely with an alcohol. Then with the help of the tape measure, we look at the measurements here. Place the cape on our participant with this diagram. After placing the cape suitable for the head size of the participant, we put all electrodes in the cape by following the diagram. We fill the electrodes with the conductive gel I showed with this syringe, and this process that we almost starts. With the ear stick, we ensure that the electrodes are good contact with the skin, and with the help of the program, we control if it is in contact. Let me show you EEG cap what I was talking about. And with the tape measure, we choose the cap according to the appropriate size.
Hello, my name is Seda. I have graduated from Microbiological Sciences Department and currently I'm a master's student at Bioinformatics Department, and at the same time I'm a research scholar at the Castle Genome Laboratory. And now I will give some brief information about the research project that I've been part of. Within the scope of the TÜBİTAK project, we aim to develop a genotyping kit for the early and differential diagnosis of late-onset Alzheimer's disease. For that purpose, we designed primers to target the regions of interest. After that, we isolated DNA from the saliva examples of the Alzheimer's patients collected beforehand. And then we ran PCR experiments to amplify the DNA region that we are interested in. And as the final step, pyrosequencing is used to get the pyrograms which are necessary to interpret the results. All these steps are repeated for 33 cases, 38 controls, and for 32 variants. As a result of our research, we have identified potential biomarkers that could support the clinician's decisions in the early and differential diagnosis of late-onset Alzheimer's disease, and benefit the patients and their families for the planning of the treatment and support strategies.
Merhaba, adım Deniz Cansel Kahraman. Bilkent Üniversitesi Moleküler Biyoloji ve Genetik bölümünü tamamladıktan sonra doktora eğitiminde orada devam ettim. Daha sonrasında doktora sonrası araştırmalarım için Kansil'e katıldım. Şu anda Kansil'de öğretim görevlisiyim. Bu süreçte karaciğer kanseri üzerine farklı çalışmalar yaptım. Öncelikle karaciğer kanseri için yeni ilaç keşfi, karaciğer kanserinin dirençli olduğu durumlar için mekanizmaların çalışması, kök hücreler üzerine, kanser kök hücreler üzerine bazı çalışmalar yaptım. Kansil'de araştırmalarımızı gerçekleştirirken informatik alanında farklı uygulamalardan da faydalanıyoruz. Özellikle birlikte çalıştığımız bu konuda uzman hocalarımız ile derin öğrenme ve yapay zeka ile geliştirilen araçlardan elde edilen sonuçların ıslak laboratuvar çalışmaları ile doğrulanması ve bu araçların geliştirilmesi için gerekli gen ifade analizi verilerinin sağlanması aşamalarında laboratuvarımız önemli bir yere sahip. Şu anda bulunduğum laboratuvarımızda karaciğer kanseri hücre hatlarıyla yaptığımız sitotoksisite analizleri ve hücresel boyutta yapılan analizleri destekleyen bir altyapımız bulunmakta. Hücre kültürü, hücre büyümesi veya göçü tayin edebilen gerçek zamanlı hücre analiz sistemleri, akış sitometri, floresan aktive hücre ayırıcı, floresan ve gerçek zamanlı mikroskopi cihazları bu altyapının en önemli parçaları. Laboratuvarımızda hem biyoinformatik alanında hem de biyolojik bilimlerde yüksek lisans yapan öğrenciler ile çalışmalar yapıyoruz.
Merhaba, ben Esra Nalban. Enstitümüzün Sağlık Bilişimi programında doktora çalışmalarımı yürütmekteyim. Aynı bölümde araştırma görevlisi olarak çalışmaktayım. Karaciğer kanserine karşı yeni ilaç adaylarının keşfini hedefleyen Kansil'de özellikle hali hazırda farklı kanser türleri ve başka hastalıklarda kullanılan ilaçların karaciğer kanseri için yeniden konumlandırılması konusunda çalışmalar yapmaktayım. Makine öğrenmesine dayalı gerçekleştirilen ilaç hedef tahmin araçlarının geliştirilmesi ve doğrulanması yönünde çalışmalar son dönemde oldukça önemli hale geldi. İlaç keşfinin yalnızca laboratuvar çalışmaları ile oldukça uzun zaman ve yüksek bütçeleriyle gerçekleştirilmesi problemine çözüm sunabilecek bu yaklaşım ile karaciğer kanseri gibi oldukça agresif ve dirençli olan kanser türlerine karşı etkili olabilecek ilaçları ya da ilaç kombinasyonlarını keşfetmeyi hedeflemekteyim. Bunun yanı sıra işbirliği yaptığımız laboratuvarlar tarafından geliştirilen ve karaciğer kanserinde fazlaca aktif olduklarını bildiğimiz sinyal yolaklarında etkili olabileceği düşünülen ilaç adaylarının moleküler mekanizmalarının aydınlatılması için preklinik deneylerine devam etmekteyim.
Merhaba, ben Altay Koyaş. ODTÜ Informatik Enstitüsü Sağlık Bilişimi Anabilim Dalı doktora öğrencisiyim. Doktora çalışmalarım dahilinde karaciğer kanseri üzerinde etkili olabilecek yeni ilaç aday moleküllerinin validasyonu ve modellemesi üzerine çalışma yapmaktayım. Bugün sizlere kanser genom laboratuvarı hakkında biraz bilgi vermek istiyorum. Bulunduğumuz laboratuvarda yoğunlukla gen ifade analizi ile ilgili çalışmalara ağırlık veriyoruz. Kanser genom olarak da bilinen bu laboratuvarımız, nükleik asit, saflık ve konsantrasyon ölçüm cihazları, gerçek zamanlı kantitatif PCR, Türkiye'de bulunan iki sistemden biri olan NanoString Encounter analiz sistemi ve primer hücre kültürü çalışmaları için bir alana sahip. Karaciğer kanseri üzerinde bilinen ve yeni ilaç adaylarının RNA, DNA ve protein düzeyinde meydana getirdikleri değişimlere bağlı olarak etki mekanizmalarının anlaşılması için kullandığımız nanostring sistemi oldukça hassas, yeni nesil nanoteknolojik bir platform.
Merhaba, ben ODTÜ Kanser Laboratuvarı'ndan proje destek uzmanı Tuğçe Gülokşaklı. Bugün sizlere kanser bünyesinde yapmış olduğumuz FDA onaylı prosigna testinden bahsedeceğim. Yeni nesil prognostik meme kanseri testi olarak da bilinen bu testi Türkiye'de gerçekleştirebilen ikinci laboratuvarız. Hastaların meme kanseri türünün doğru belirlenmesi ve tedavi protokolünün belirlenmesi için oldukça etkili bir test. Ve bu testten nanostring sisteminden yardım almaktayız. Bu sistem ile kişinin genetik profili üzerinden hastalığın tekrarlama olasılığı hesaplanabilmekte ve buna bağlı olarak kemoterapi ve tedavi süreci şekillendirilebilmektedir.